wondered how babies learn to say their first words? How do they go from adorable gurgles to clear mama, dada, or milk? There's something truly magical about hearing a baby's first words. It's a milestone that parents eagerly anticipate, marking a significant step in the child's cognitive and emotional development. But have you ever stopped to consider how this fascinating process unfolds? Language development in babies is a complex journey, a blend of natural brain development and interaction with the environment. It's not simply about mimicking sounds. It's a testament to the astonishing adaptability and learning capabilities of the human brain, even at such a young age. From the time they are born, babies are wired for communication. Their brain is like a sponge, absorbing every sound, every tone, every word they hear around them. This rich tapestry of auditory experiences forms the foundation for their language development. But it's not just about listening. Babies also learn language through social interaction. They watch their parents' faces, listen to their voices, and gradually begin to associate sounds with objects and people. This intricate dance between nature and nurture shapes their understanding of language and their ability to express themselves verbally. As babies grow and develop, they move through various stages of language development. Each stage is a stepping stone, building on the previous one and paving the way for the next. It's a gradual process filled with trial and error, repetition, and reinforcement. And while it might seem like a long way from those initial coos and gurgles to the clear pronunciation of mama, dada, or milk, rest assured, every little babble, every single sound is a crucial part of this extraordinary journey. So how exactly does this process unfold? How do babies navigate their way from incoherent babbling to meaningful words? And what role do parents and caregivers play in nurturing this development? Stick around as we delve into this amazing journey of how babies learn to say their first words. The first stage of language development is all about sounds and cries. This stage, often referred to as the pre-linguistic stage, is where babies start to explore the world of sounds. You might be surprised to learn that from the moment they are born, babies are already equipped with a unique way of communicating their needs. In these early weeks and months, babies use their vocal cords to produce a symphony of sounds. These can range from soft coos to loud cries. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm here and I need something." Whether it's a cry for food, a need for a diaper change, or simply a desire for some cuddles, these initial sounds are a baby's first form of communication. But it's not all about cries. Have you ever heard a baby cooing? These adorable gurgling sounds are also part of this first stage. Cooing is a baby's first step towards vocal play. It's like they are practicing for the more complex sounds they'll produce later on. When your baby coos, they're exploring the range of sounds that their tiny vocal cords can make. It's their first foray into the world of language, and it's a truly magical time. As the weeks go by, you might notice that your baby's cries and coos become more varied. They'll start to experiment with different pitches and volumes. This is a sign that they're beginning to understand the power of their voice. They're learning that by changing the way they sound, they can get different reactions from the people around them. It's important to remember that every baby is unique, and they all develop at their own pace. Some babies might start cooing earlier than others, and that's perfectly okay. What's important is that they're making progress and exploring the world of sounds. So, the first stage of language development might seem like it's all about crying and cooing, but it's so much more than that. It's about babies learning to express their needs and desires. It's about them discovering their voice and learning how to use it. So the journey begins with cries and coos, but it quickly progresses. Next up, we have the babbling stage. It's a delightful phase in a baby's language development journey, characterized by the fusion of vowels and consonants, creating what we fondly call baby babble. This stage typically starts around the age of 6 months, although, like all developmental milestones, each baby has their own unique timeline. They begin to experiment with sounds, combining vowels and consonants in a seemingly random but utterly adorable fashion. You might hear your little one cooing and gurgling, saying things like Baba, Gaga, or Dada. While it might seem like just cute noises to us, this babbling is a crucial stepping stone for their speech and language development. It's during this stage that babies start to play around with the pitch and tone of their voice. They're essentially practicing the rhythm and intonation of speech, even before they understand the meaning of words. Interestingly, the babbling stage is not confined to any specific language. Regardless of their cultural or linguistic background, all babies across the globe go through this stage. It's a universal language shared by all infants, a testament to our shared human experience. As the babbling stage progresses, you'll notice your baby's sounds becoming more complex. They'll start to string together different sounds, creating their own little language. This is often referred to as jargon phase, where babies sound like they're engaging in a serious conversation complete with gestures and varied intonations, but in a language only they understand. And here's a fun fact. Babies often favor the sounds that they hear most often. So, if you're eagerly waiting for your baby's first mama or dada, it might be a good idea to use these words more frequently around them. But remember, each baby is unique and will progress at their own pace. There's no rush, and there's certainly no right timeline. The most important thing is to enjoy this precious phase and to engage with your baby, responding to their babbles as if they're real words. Babbling is a sign that a baby is experimenting with sounds, a vital step towards saying those precious first words. So, let's celebrate each babble, coo, and gurgle, for these are the building blocks of your baby's language journey. Did you know babies understand words before they can speak them? It's a fascinating fact that often surprises people. Yes, indeed, our tiny tots begin to develop a sense of understanding even before they can articulate their thoughts into words. This is what we call receptive language, and it forms the very bedrock of expressive language. Imagine this. You're holding a small red ball and you say to your baby, "Look, this is a ball." Even though your baby can't repeat the word ball back to you yet, they begin to associate the object you're holding with the sounds you're making. This is their first step in understanding language. Receptive language is like a silent conversation. It's your baby listening, observing, and internalizing the world around them. It's them recognizing the sound of your voice, the rhythm of your speech, and the tone of your words. It's them learning that certain sounds mean certain things. And it's not just about understanding objects or names. Babies also start to grasp basic commands such as no or come here. They may not respond with words, but they may stop what they're doing or crawl towards you. They're starting to comprehend the power of language and how it influences the world around them. This understanding is crucial because it sets the groundwork for expressive language, which is the ability to use words and sentences to express oneself. Without a foundation in receptive language, a baby would struggle to develop expressive language. It's like building a house. Before you can put up the walls and the roof, you need to lay the foundation. The same principle applies to language development. Understanding is the foundation upon which speaking is built. So, as you interact with your baby, remember that every word you say, every story you read, and every song you sing is helping to lay the foundation for their language development. You're not just entertaining your baby, you're helping them understand the world. So, understanding comes before speaking, setting the stage for those first words. And those first words are a magical moment that we all eagerly anticipate. And finally, the moment we've been waiting for, the first words. As we approach the first birthday of our little ones, we eagerly anticipate their first spoken words. Often these are simple and sweet like mama, dada, or milk. Why these words, you may wonder? Well, the answer is quite straightforward. These are the terms that have been most frequently used around them. It's a beautiful example of their growing awareness and understanding of their environment.
They are beginning to make connections between sounds and the things and people they represent. Think about it. Mama and Dada are the people they see and interact with most, the ones who provide comfort, love, and meet their needs.
It's no surprise that these are often the first words to emerge. Milk, on the other hand, represents nourishment, something they have a strong association with. It's important to remember, though, that each child is unique and may say their first words at their own pace. Some might start talking a bit earlier, others a bit later, and that's perfectly fine. What's crucial is that they are exposed to a language-rich environment where they hear a variety of words used frequently. And when that magical moment arrives, when that first clear mama, Dada, or milk is pronounced, it's a cause for celebration. It's a milestone, a testament to their growing cognitive abilities. It's a sign that they are starting to understand the power of language, how it enables them to express their needs and desires. Remember, these first words are just the beginning. They lay the foundation for a lifelong journey of language learning. As they continue to explore and experiment with sounds, their vocabulary will expand, enabling them to communicate more complex thoughts and ideas. So, cherish these moments, encourage your little ones, and celebrate their achievements. After all, it's not every day that you get to witness the miracle of a child saying their first words. And there you have it, the magical moment when mama, dada, or milk is clearly pronounced. How can we, as parents or caregivers, encourage this language development? This is a question that most of us find ourselves asking. Well, there are several ways we can stimulate and foster this crucial development phase in our little ones. Firstly, talk to your baby regularly. Babies are incredibly receptive to the sounds around them, and the more they hear, the more they learn. Engage in conversations with your little one even if you think they don't understand. Narrate your actions throughout the day. Describe objects, shapes, and colors, and use a variety of words. This continuous exposure to language helps them familiarize themselves with different sounds and words, laying the foundation for their own language development. Secondly, reading to your baby is another excellent way to encourage language development. Books introduce babies to a treasure trove of new words, sounds, and ideas. Regular reading sessions can also foster a love for books and learning, which is a wonderful habit to cultivate early on. Choose books with bright, colorful pictures and simple words to keep your baby engaged. Responding to your baby's sounds and babbles is another important step in encouraging language development. When your baby babbles, they're attempting to communicate. By responding, you're validating their efforts and encouraging them to continue experimenting with sounds and words. This also helps them understand the concept of conversation. And finally, sing to your baby. Songs are an enjoyable way to introduce rhythm and rhyme, which are key elements in language learning. Plus, the repetitive nature of songs helps reinforce words and sounds. It doesn't matter whether you're a professional singer or not, your baby will love hearing your voice. Remember, patience is key. Every baby develops at their own pace and there's no rush. The important thing is to create a nurturing, language-rich environment for your baby to explore and learn. Remember, your interaction plays a vital role in your baby's language development. So, keep chatting, reading, responding, and singing to your little one. Enjoy this beautiful journey of language discovery together. Let's recap our fascinating journey of language development in babies. We've explored the incredible timeline of a baby's first words, from their initial sounds and cries right through to the triumphant moment they utter their first clear words. Our journey began with an understanding of how language development kicks off. We learned that babies are born ready to absorb sounds, tones, and pitches. Their first form of communication is through cries, which, to an untrained ear, might just seem like noise. But to parents, these are their baby's first conversations. We then moved on to the babbling stage, a delightful period filled with coos and gurgles. This stage is crucial in a child's language development as it helps them to practice the sounds they'll later use in speech. It's during this time that babies start to experiment with tone, pitch, and volume. We've also delved into the concept of understanding before speaking. Even before they can articulate their thoughts, babies are busy deciphering the world around them. They start to comprehend simple words and commands, which lays the groundwork for their eventual verbal communication. And then, the moment we've all been waiting for, the first words. We've learned that these are typically simple and often related to their daily routine or the people closest to them. Mama and Dada and milk are common first words because they represent essential figures and needs in a baby's life. But our exploration didn't stop there. We also shared some top tips for encouraging this language development. We discussed the importance of talking to your baby frequently, using a variety of words and maintaining eye contact. We also emphasized the significance of reading to your baby, which introduces them to a rich variety of vocabulary. We highlighted the power of positive reinforcement, praising your baby's attempts at communication, no matter how garbled they may seem. And we touched on the idea of serve and return interaction, where you respond to your baby's sounds or gestures with your own, fostering a sense of conversation. The journey of language development is a fascinating one, filled with milestones and breakthroughs. It's a testament to the remarkable capacity of human beings to communicate, even from such a tender age. It's a period of immense growth, not just for the baby, but also for the parents, as they learn to understand and respond to their baby's needs in a whole new way. So that's how babies learn to say their first words. It's a beautiful journey, filled with lots of coos, babbles, and eventually, clear words. Thanks for watching, and remember, every mama, Dada, or milk is a milestone in your baby's life.